So now, how did you feel when he told you that I'm actually going through a divorce? It's not finalized, where they were already separated.
Yeah. Actually, he kind of lied to me when we met. A re a nyala.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when they don't have rings on, and worse, when they have rings on, they be like, no, we're going through a divorce. No, ra lwa re sharp, you understand?
My wife
So
is
yeah, you see?
Hi everyone, welcome to O Narrative Podcast by myself, Promise Magunyane. This podcast is about marriage and family dynamics. And as you already know, if you'd like to be a guest on my podcast, please send us an email. The email address will pop on the screen. Don't forget to put your number, most especially your WhatsApp number, so that we can contact you after vetting your story. And guys, I've realized that 80% of people that come to my podcast, that watch my podcast, are actually not subscribed. But what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. It really makes a difference in my analytics. Please take this moment. I'm just going to take 2 seconds for you to press that subscribe button. It's free. I've gotten people telling me that, oh, is it charging us to subscribe? No, it's free. Please just take this moment and click that subscribe button. I think it's black now. It's no longer red. Please subscribe, because it means that you guys just come to my podcast, but you are not subscribed. 20% only are subscribed. So please do subscribe. Take this moment to subscribe. I'll give you 2 seconds. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your subscription. Continue to subscribe and to share my content. Anyway, guys, today I am with a mommy. I'll just say how I how I saw her profile. It was on TikTok. She just popped up on my FYP. And I was scrolling on my TikTok. And then she popped. I think it was back to school or something. And she was in the midst of so many children. And she looks so tiny. I'm like, what's going on here? You know, I'm just attracted to family dynamics. I'm attracted to marriages. And that's how I met Mma Letsoalo. Welcome.
Thank you, sis. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
You're welcome. Please introduce yourself.
Nna ke Mma Letsoalo. I want to stand on that.
Okay.
Mma Letsoalo meaning Mrs. Letsoalo. That's in English. I'm a mom of 6 in a blended family. I was raised by a single parent. I'm from a very small family. It's just me and my siblings and my mother. Yeah.
So I've seen, talking about your mother and your siblings, I've seen this video of yours. You took your kids to a women's center or something, and you were like, this is where I grew up.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. So basically, moving from Limpopo, I stayed with my grandmother, I think, for about 3 years. By the time I was around 4 years, I moved to stay with my mother in Alexandra Hostel. That's women's hostel. So basically, it was mainly for women, basadi fela.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where I grew up. And it was 4 of us in the room. 4 old ladies.
Yeah.
And it was me and my mom before my little brother was born.
Yeah.
So we were sharing one room.
With 4 other ladies?
With 4 other ladies.
Did they have children?
No, they didn't. They were a bit older than my mom. My mom was the youngest. So most of their kids were living outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you when you moved to Alexandra?
I was around 4 years.
Why did you move?
I think my mother was in a space, good space to raise me by then. Remember, when she tells me that go fetch school back in the days, you would say, I'm going to Johannesburg to go work. Yeah. And until you find a space, then that's when maybe she decided to bring me in.
Bring you.
Yeah.
So tell us about the women's hostel, just for those that they do not have homes, they are homeless. What is the women's hostel? It's in Alexandra, you say?
Yeah. It's a place for basadi.
Yeah.
And I don't know how do they give out the rooms now.
Yeah.
But back then, you would go to register with Maspal if you don't have a place, and then they find you a room there. They find you a space, then You get it? You would have, actually, hey, you take me back. You're taking me back, Claire, promise. That was a beautiful place to be in. So for me, sharing that, I was just reflecting of where I was coming from, especially when I'm comparing myself now to how I was then.
Yeah.
That place, in a big kitchen where everyone is sharing the cooking space. So growing up in that kind of setup, there's a lot that I learned as a young lady.
I'm sure.
There's a lot that I learned. And I'm so much grateful that my mom had courage to say this is the right space to raise my child.
Yeah.
Because that's when I witnessed a present mother.
Oh.
Because I wouldn't know if Ngabe Antoreti with my grandmother, how could I have turned out?
Yes.
Right? I love that place. And my kids had to see that place. That place turned the woman that I am today.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. I love that space.
However confined it was, however small it was, however, like you just loved it because it made you who you are.
It wasn't even small. It is small now that I look back.
You look
like
back.
The way Limudimu abulelang hore. It is when we look back, then we see, is this where I come from?
Oh my God.
But I enjoyed every moment. It was not small. It was not messy.
Yeah.
All these things that people see, or all these things that I see now, that I'm in a better space, I did not see them while I was growing up.
Yes.
And like I said on that video, one of the things that I appreciate the most is that I had a present mother. And trust me, if you are an audience out there, you're not with your kids because you're quarreling of where you are at this moment. It's not what kids are looking out for.
Oh, that's
They just
powerful.
want a present mother, a present parent, be it a man or
a dad.
Yes, a present parent, because I enjoyed that. I was happy in and out.
Yeah, just because you're in the presence of your mother every single day.
I mean, having to understand the importance of sharing when I go into that big kitchen to cook. I understand now.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring. It has been like that since day one of my life.
Would you say that, because you just said that you are a mom to 6 kids of a blended family,
Sure.
I mean that you are a stepmom, right? Would you say that moment when you were staying with your mother at a women's hostel prepared you for this time, opened your heart, because not many women can do what you're doing?
Definitely. Definitely it did. It did. Firstly, you sharing a light when you go to sleep. You sharing a door.
Yeah.
Like you sharing everything of your life. That made my life so much easier as a stepmom.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It has made it so much easier. My heart was never for me alone.
You've always been around people, stayed with people, shared. Oh, wow, that's actually very powerful.
Yeah. So you see when they say, Nakongwe, the channels of your life are taking you to your destination, are preparing you to where God wants you to be. And you just highlighted that for me because that played a role of the woman that I've become today. My role as a stepmother, then it started back in the days when I was 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you shared.
Yeah.
Where you're always with people that are not necessarily
I was
your
a
family.
stepchild to the mothers in the room.
Ah, that's powerful.
Do you get it? I was a stepchild in the kitchen of that big hostel. They know it, a lot of people. And I know there are those that are watching this podcast. They from there.
Some are even still there, watching us, and they're there.
Yes. And they know. They know the power in that space. Every situation, use it to sharpen yourself, then you will.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah.
So like you said, that everything that happens, it means that everything that happens to you is not by chance, it's not a mistake.
No. It's
preparing you for where you are going.
Amen.
That's powerful. So the hostel, I don't know why I'm interested in this hostel, but I think it's just because I know people are homeless.
Yeah.
There are other mothers that have left our age, our generation, that have left their kids back home, and they're thinking we're not, but there are such spaces that they can actually raise their kids. And it's not like we're saying, go and get your kids and come and suffer in Johannesburg, but we're just sharing what you can potentially do, So now the whole hostel, you shared one kitchen with the whole hostel.
Yeah. Not
one
the whole
floor.
hostel. We had floors. We had blocks. We call them blocks. Like you'll have, I was living in E3.
Nganyana ko
And
E3.
it told me from A up to, is it Z? You guys can rectify me. I don't remember properly, but it's all these
big.
letters are there, and it's 4 levels.
Okay.
So it's either E1, E2, E3, E4 years. So I was on the E4. Every level had their own kitchen, and it was a guest kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. We share basins, we share sinks, we share basins, we share toilets. All the levels had toilets, had kitchens. Yeah. And we had a beautiful playground as well.
Was it clean though?
It was clean. The ladies were cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was clean. And it is, they're trying even now. But I think with the economy, how things are getting a bit worse in terms of maintaining the space.
What was your mother doing? Working.
Selling.
You said
Actually,
Avon.
my mother is epileptic. I was raised by an epileptic lady. So she never got an opportunity to work because she was considered not fit.
Oh.
Right. So she sold everything. she
Anything and
could.
everything.
I'm telling you. And Otomileka tape away. She couldn't succeed that much, or maybe she didn't find it interesting anymore.
Yeah.
Then she went through to Avon. She started selling Avon.
Yeah.
Yeah. She took me to school with the same money.
Yes.
I've never starved, with the same hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is she now?
Now she lives in Midrand.
Ooh.
She got her own house in Blue Hills. She bought, guys,
In Blue Hills?
In Blue Hills. I never paid anything. And I'm going to tell her to watch this, and I will want her to comment and say, I've never paid anything. And one thing that my mother always said is that I'm raising you to take care of yourself, not to take care of me.
Yes.
I'm going to work hard for the things that I want.
For myself.
And you're going to go out there to look
After yourself.
She's living in Blue Hills.
What is she doing now?
A single. She still sells Avon. She still sells Avon.
Shout out to the Avon sellers.
I'm telling you. She still sells Avon. And in her house, if you saw the video, she got a wallpaper that says...
No, I didn't see a video of your mom's house. Or did you do after?
It's by the end.
Oh.
It's by the end, like a short clip by the end.
Yeah.
O dirile wallpaper by the wall. E ngwadilweng hore, with God, nothing is impossible. She believes in that more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about a woman who's epileptic, right? Number one.
She's still epileptic.
She's still epileptic even to date. A woman who really never went to school.
Yeah.
A woman, most people I would say, they wrote her off.
Yeah.
She never had a male support on her side. I grew up kisabona muthu wa monna next to my mother.
Boyfriend.
No. I saw her pregnant. I'm like, okay. So Mara, same time I believed then Maria, this thing Maria is true because my mother is pregnant. Then I don't know who's the father. Both me and my brother, our father died while we were still young. So she never got an opportunity to have an assistant from a male figure.
Yeah.
Everything she did herself.
Yeah.
So this is to encourage single ladies out there that, you know what, some challenges, it's not because God has abandoned you or has forsaken you. He doesn't. He doesn't. My mother is a living, I know it.
Yeah.
I know it. And it also, just shifting away a bit from that, when I got married, there were judgment that a single parent, how will she survive in marriage? You understand? And they're forgetting that woman had weapons.
Yeah.
And I come from the background where I am able to survive any circumstances of this world. That's also important as a wife because we need that.
We need that.
Yeah, to survive every situation that we come across. I was well equipped from a single parent. Doesn't mean when you are raised by a single parent, you're not equipped to be a wife. There's a lot that we carry.
You said something so powerful, and it's very common in the Pedi community. I know it from, you are Pedi, right? And I'm also Pedi. I know when you get married as a wife and your mom is not married, you're not coming from parents that are married. Like there's some stigma, they don't take you seriously. It's like, no, yes. And everything you do is going to be like, who would have taught her?
Yebo. Yebo, you are being judged. You are being judged, and little did they know. basadi, they raising basadi sadi.
Mm.
Basadi, they raising basadi sadi.
Yes.
Hence, the best gift that I can give my kids right now, I mean, with my stepkids also,
Yeah.
it's for me to be present.
Yeah.
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 To be present, not just to be a mom that goes shopping and buys sweets and mom that buys, and,
Yeah.
to be there.
Which I've seen you are like there. You are like there with your children and also with your bonus kids. You
Yeah.
are there for them. Okay, let's move away from mom because now it's like we are dwelling on the woman. It's like it's her interview now.
Yeah.
No, her story is very interesting. So how do you now have your first child? When do you now have your first child?
I had my first child while I was still in high school.
Yeah.
I was still young. I was still living hostel.
Okay.
So meaning we had 3 generations in that one room, right? It was, my mom, me, and my child. Yes, my first child, it's then that I was co-Alex.
Yeah. And how did your mom like take your pregnancy? Because it's like, girl, I'm making ends meet here, and I'm just focusing on you and your little, is it sister or brother? Brother, and then now you are bringing, like, why are you doing this to me? What did she say? How did
She didn't take it well. She didn't take it well because already in her mind, Nana Lidi mind, okay, now I have another responsibility. I'll support ngwana. While I'm not in a good space already, I'm struggling with you. Then you're bringing in another expense.
Yeah.
However, Kibile, the father was so supportive.
Was he so? Is he still a supportive?
He's still so supportive.
Nice.
We must say, no risk kachababulela.
Give shout out where
Where it's due.
it's true.
Yeah. He was supportive from day one to date. And that was a big thing to my mom. And what she did to support me was that I will hold the child.
Yeah.
Did you see the video that you did?
Yes.
That's what my mother did. That's what my mother did. My mother did that. Then she said to me, you're going to go back to school. Hence, I'm saying having powerful women behind you guys is everything. Then she said, you're going to go back to school. You're going to go back, write your matric and finish off. And I did when I got to the epileptic woman. I'm telling you. The support, guys,
Yeah, you can just be yourself.
the support that women gave me, I'm not going to shift. Like, that's what I will do to my kids. That's what I promise. Yeah. From my childhood, it's what I will hold on to.
Yes.
Hence, I'm saying, I want to be a present mother.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what your mama showed and taught you.
That's what my mother showed me. Taught, because oftentimes kids do what you do, not what you say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she showed. So also your first child was raised by a community as well, because obviously
she was raised by a community. She was raised by a community.
So you finished your matric?
I finished my matric.
Was your baby daddy part of at your school as well, or he was older than you?
No, he was older than me. Okay. I made sure that, I love older guys. Even my husband now, he's 10 years older than me.
Okay.
I prefer them older, and hence it was so easy to get his most financial support because women was still
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but you guys were dating.
We were dating.
Yeah.
Then we had our second child.
Oh, with him as well?
With him, yes. I have 2 kids with one guy.
How many years later?
2 years later. Yeah.
Were you working then?
No, I was not working. I was finishing off tertiary.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then I think that gave you the comfort, like him being present with your first child gave you that comfort that actually we can do it again.
Yeah, we can do it again. And of course, necessity commitment. And I think we were both looking into commitment, I guess. Yeah.
So you had your second child. What year is this?
2014.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were still at the hostel by then?
I was still at the hostel by then. But a year later, while my second child was about 1 year, we moved to Blue Hills.
That's when your mom got the house.
Got the house.
So when you were, the tertiary, was your boyfriend paying or your mom was paying?
It was my mom.
Oh my God.
My mother never, even when I started dating, I can't when I was talking about teenage, she sat me down and she said, you can do whatever that you want to do. Don't bring the Jojam Shimani here.
In here.
Don't bring December jam shimani here. Whatever he buys you, please.
You feel like a
Assembly.
Yeah, she's such a strong woman.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she paid for your tertiary. Where did you go?
I went to PC training and I went to vets to do commercial property management. Yeah. She paid everything. And trust and believe me, she paid cash. And in the process of her paying all this thing, she saves
A lot.
Yeah, and while she's saving, she will say, Kona, we're not going to eat 1, 2, 3. China morogo. I don't know what do they call it. Kale. I don't know. But they used to call it China morogo. It was 7 rand.
Okay.
We would eat that
With pap
the whole week. And I was strong and fit and healthy.
And you did not even know anything else than that. So there's no mom, can't I have this? Because you don't know it from anywhere.
No. I never compared my life to anyone's life back then. Sharp.
Sure. And indeed you were okay.
I was okay.
Like, indeed you were okay. Okay, so now you have your second child. What happens to the relationship with your baby daddy?
Things went south.
Yeah.
And we separated while the baby was about 6 months. The second one was it's a boy and a girl. He was 6 months, and we got separate ways. Yeah. I don't. Because we were not living in the same house. Remember, my mother never believed in fat and said. So as much as I made those 2 kids, I was still with her in the house. Yeah, so he got all the freedom. He was not married. He was having the best time of his life.
Single guy.
And we went separate ways.
Separate ways. Now, when do you meet your husband?
I think 2 years or 3 years later, after I separated with the father of my kids. That's when I met my husband.
Tate Letsoalo. Where did you guys meet?
We met through a mutual friend, Nereliko car wash. Then when he saw me, he said to me, I want to marry you. Go car wash. And that was it. Then when he took my number, he wrote them Mma Letsoalo. Then hence I'm standing on this Mma Letsoalo.
Yes.
It came.
I'm not forcing things for those that don't understand.
It came arat.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the day he met you.
From the day he met me. And that guy loved me.
Yeah.
Despite of the kids that I come with.
Yeah.
I was surprised and shocked. And I did not know. Because I was told,
yeah.
chances are you might not even be married because you already have 2 kids. And we kind of feel like a waste. Before lenyalo.
Okay.
You understand? I'm just looking to flirt, not to commit.
Was that really what you were feeling?
That's what I had in my mind.
Yeah.
It was just in my mind. I'm just having fun. I'm going to raise my kids as a single parent.
Just going
as
back also to your mom. Like you were like...
Yes. It's going to be like that.
You said something, you said you just feel like a waste. What does that mean or look like?
As we grow up, remember, from being a virgin, you are worthy of marriage. You are worthy of so many cows.
Yeah.
Negotiate. Virgin.
Yeah.
You understand? So, firstly, me breaking that, I lost some few cows, which I don't know how many. Coming with 1 kid, another few cows lost. Coming with the second one, then exciting.
No man will see me.
Yeah. Actually, I think coming to me and say, Tsolofelo, you can still find a man that can love you with your kids.
Yeah.
You can still get married. You can still,
Yeah. Sure. That's so powerful. So when your husband met you, and what you said about your husband, that from the first day he saw you, he said, you are my wife.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you my wife. I sat with Mrs. M. She's also a TikToker who said she met her husband and her husband said the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to marry you. 3 months later, he married her.
Yes.
And
1
we
year
were
later,
like,
he married me.
yes, men know.
What they want.
And I'll tell you with why I recite her and I recite you, I'll tell you about myself, you know. So when I got married, and you just judge yourself, honestly speaking. Like you were judging yourself that who's going to marry me. For me, when I got married to my husband, it was like, I don't have children.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the other side, side of the coin, because when I got married, my husband already had 2 children. I did not have children, you know. It's almost like, you know, in a black, I don't know if it's all black or just spade, is if a man is getting married, is leaving women with his children.
Yes.
Coming to marry a woman with no child. It's like, are you sure she's not
Yes.
barren?
Yep.
Are you sure she's going to give you kids?
Sure.
Because now you're leaving kids out there, you're leaving women that gave you kids. Now you are marrying this person.
Yes.
That was so painful, hey? It was not painful. I was insecure myself. I was like, am I going to be able to can I give birth? Like, I did not know. But one thing I knew for a fact was that I don't want kids when I'm not married.
Yeah.
So now when this man now chooses me, I'm now becoming insecure.
Sure.
What if I can't give this this husband? And he was like, I want you. And that's it.
Yeah. They always know who they want. I think it comes with the gut feeling. But we come from their ribs.
Yes.
And when that, I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe when that
help us,
connection
assist
comes.
us. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yo, and I think let me just share this a bit. I know it's about you, but I want to share what I just said because there are people out there who are in marriages and they don't have kids.
Yeah.
There is that insecurity, especially when now you get married. And I remember, thank the Lord, I started trying as we knew that we're getting married and then family had come, we had set a date. I started trying for a child. I was like, let me try now before the I do day. Let me try. And I started well before my actual wedding day. And on my wedding day, I remember at the back of my mind, it was that I need to zala. I need to bring kids. And thank the Lord, 3 weeks after when we were at our honeymoon, that's when I fell pregnant, right? Wow. After I've tried for months. So what I want to say also is that where I'm going is that I remember when I told my dad that I was pregnant, my dad was like, I'm so happy. I'm relieved. No, I'm relieved. And I asked him, why are you relieved? He's like you got married with no children. As a parent, I did not know if you were going to give this family children. And I think also at the back of his mind was that this man already have children. So what is so special about your daughter? Because we value family, we value kids. You know, the black community, you must give kids. We can't give you cows without kids. And that's why it's advised that you have kids before getting married, actually. So he was so relieved. He was like, I'm so relieved, you know.
The kgomo is safe.
Yes, the kgomo is safe.
Sure.
I remember they were saying, like you thank the cows so quickly.
Yes.
I cannot even believe that is just our lives.
Yeah, no. It is. It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to you. I always wanted to share that part, but I would forget to share that part. I'm glad I got a moment to share because there is a woman out there who got married. They're still struggling to have kids. This is me saying I understand what you're going through, and it will be well. I really hope you do give kids. You know, you do bear kids.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I really hope your husband would understand and it's just about you and your husband. Their family, they can just, I really hope your husband do understand. Anyway, see, I took your moment, like 5 minutes of your moment. They're going to say, this is not about you, Mrs. Law, but what I shared is very valuable.
It is.
So now you get, with your husband, you start dating. How do you now start just trusting that this man loves me? I must open up now. I must know that I'm seeing another side of me getting married, me having a family.
Sure. My husband was there for me mainly, and for my kids. Because the moment you meet up with a guy and he's there for you, then he is there for your kids. Because we both became transparent when we come through regarding bana ba re nang le bona outside our relationship.
Yes.
And we decided to go through with it. Yeah.
So how many kids does he have?
He has 2.
Was he married or not married?
He was married.
Okay.
He's a divorcee.
Okay.
Yeah. And the spicy thing, when the divorce happened, I was in the picture.
Oh.
During process of divorce, ne ke le gona in the picture.
So the kids are from that mother,
Yeah.
their wife. How did that mess up things for you
And the
the
kids?
relationship between you and the mother?
With whom? Which mother? Promise.
The mother of the
Of the
children, the
children.
wife.
Not like the mother, we don't have a relationship. We never had a relationship from day one. Which now I advocated, or there is no need for a relationship. If you are so lucky, then you find an understanding woman, maybe like, because we're not the same. Honestly speaking, out of 10, 99% of the time, don't make friendship with the baby mama. She doesn't have to be your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your husband has got 2 kids from the previous marriage with one woman.
With one woman, both of us with one.
One partner, one partner. At least there's no like 4
No.
4 people, 2 baby daddies, 2 baby mamas.
No, it's with one partner.
So now how did you feel when he told you that I'm actually going through a divorce, it's not finalized, where they were already separated?
Yeah. Actually, he kind of lied to me when we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when they don't have rings on, and worse, when they have rings on, they be like, no, we're going through a divorce. No, ralwa re sharp, you understand?
My wife
so
is
yeah, you see? So he said to me, they separated.
Yeah.
They divorced, basically. Oh, okay. Then later I find out, they are in the process of divorce. It's not yet finalized. Then I was deeply in love by then. And I couldn't let go.
Were they staying together?
Yeah, they were staying together.
Oh my God.
They were staying together. Then my husband moved out. And then, yeah, the lady remained with the kids. And
Do you feel that you wrecked her home?
no. I honestly don't feel I did. Because, Lino, I have a strong belief that if someone comes dating my husband, it's not that person who's wrong. My husband knows his place.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if he allowed it, then it's him that did the wrong thing. Same applies to me. There's no man who will take me from my husband.
Yeah.
Ready
To leave him. I hear that. But I think it's easier when you are the other woman. Like, I think it's easier when you are, I won't say the side or the girlfriend, but making it practical into you now having difficulties with your husband and him seeing a patient out there. I don't think you will receive it the same. You'll understand it the same, right? It's going to be like you are a catalyst into, but essentially, honestly, it's on the man and what he wants to do.
Yes. Ke bolela vele in my side. But even with my first relationship, I've never said, Ngwanyana ole unjeji my boyfriend. No. You wanted to leave. You knew you were dating me.
Yeah.
Then why did you date the other person? And that's when I learned, a person can be a good father.
Yeah.
But not a good partner to you.
Yeah.
We need to accept that. I had to accept that now with my baby daddy, that he is a good father.
Yeah.
Honestly, he is. To date, he is a good father. Just not the right partner for me.
Yeah. What you said is powerful, but I want us to unpack it, because it's like, it's not black and white. And I'll give an example of what I'm saying. So you're saying your boyfriend was a good dad, but not a good partner. But then I think for me, how I understand it is that something will lack, but not like at all you are not a good partner.
Yeah.
Maybe you are just you're just excelling at being a dad,
Yeah.
and you need a lot of work in being a partner.
Yeah.
And I'll give an example with myself. I feel my husband excels in fatherhood. You see, he's excelling. I can't even fault him. Then being a husband, there's a lot of work to be done. You know, it's like that. For me, I feel it's just like that. For Nna, I believe, but even though my husband might might debate it, that I feel that I'm more of a good wife than I am excelling in me being a mother, you know. So I really believe that it's not black and white, but there are people that it's just point blank, you are a good father and a bad partner, or a good partner and a bad dad. So your boyfriend was a good dad, but a horrible, or
No, not really horrible.
Yeah.
Just not a good partner for me.
For you.
He did not have the things that I wanted in a guy. You understand? Especially now that I'm grown up and after our breakup, but okay, this is what I wanted.
yeah.
I wanted monna o tlotlang a ntshware jedi flower, for an example. I wanted 1, 2, 3. It's not what he can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, and I want us to move away and
Okay.
focus more at Letsoalo ON, the man of the cows,
Yeah.
the owner. So now you get married when?
Yeah.
So how's the relationship with now your husband, because he's now not fully outside the house? How long do you date until he's fully outside the house? And how was the relationship when he was still inside the house? You won't call him at night and stuff like that?
I was calling. Hence, I'm saying, when I came in, they are divorced already in
the process.
So I was nekibela lena at any time.
Okay.
I don't know where was he taking the call, but he was speaking.
He was speaking to you at any time. Then he finally divorced. And then when do you guys now get married?
We got married 2 months after his divorce, because we have been waiting for it to be finalized. Remember, first you can't sign until he declared single.
A single person.
Yeah.
So how long did you guys date until you guys got married?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah. Let's say divorce took a process of 1 year. Then 1 year later, we got married. Panchamaladi, and that was it.
And then how do you now do you guys now, after getting married, you move in the same house, or you?
Yeah. After getting married, we moved in the same house with our kids, with my kids first. And we have 2 together. Yes. Then his kids came 2 years later.
Wait, you've got 2 kids that you came with in the marriage?
Both of us, yes.
Lena has got 2 kids, and then you have 2 together. Okay.
Yeah. So we first lived the 4. Then 2 years later, his other 2 came.
So now your house is full of 6 kids.
It's full of 6 kids.
You must be having a huge house.
Yeah. It's not huge.
Yeah.
It's not huge. Because I've learned how to space.
Share.
Batho ba patame ka gae ke go go thua jwale.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marobalo a dula le gona ka gae. Somehow re ka tswa re le 8, 10, 11, 12, but we have somewhere to sleep.
True.
So it's not big,
Yeah.
but we fit in
Perfectly.
perfectly.
Ha. So now, how do you manage to get his children to stay with you guys? How do you guys get that right? Are you guys the primary caregivers now? How do you now get that right?
I think kids wanted to stay Lerena. They wanted to live with us. And then Ausi allowed.
Yeah. Ausikima.
The mother.
Oh, the mother of
yes,
the
baby
children.
mama allowed. And
Seems like there's something you want to say, but you're not saying.
No, it can take Boma 3 hours if
If you unpack
if
it.
I unpack it. It's
Yeah.
one session on how did we finally got to leave Lebana, which let me just quickly run it down.
I just want you to package it quickly in like
Okay,
2
when we
minutes.
got married, nna ke tla ka mentality wa hore bana ba godisha ke mosadi. Hence, I'm
Yes.
coming with my kids. So I'm
Yes.
expecting bana ba hae ba ye on the other side. So he fought for it. He was like, no, I want to raise my kids. I want to stay le bana ba ka. I did not understand it. We went back and forth about it for a period of that 2 years. ke bolelang ka yona.
So you were saying the mother must raise the kids.
The mother must raise the kids.
Okay.
They will come and visit. Ke ka mokgwa ke go jeng ke tseba ka gona.
I hear.
Hence, they're saying we unlearn.
Yeah.
We learn to unlearn.
Yes.
Yeah. We fought about it. Family, they are intervening. look, Letsoalo, it can never happen. Ha hona mosadi wa godišetša mosadi o mongwe bana.
Yes.
Bana wa
I
ke
want you to
godišetša.
speak a lot of English
Oh, okay.
because my audience will be glued to you, but they'll be like, you guys are leaving us on this train.
I just love Spady, guys.
Me
So
too. I
sorry.
enjoy when you're talking in Spady. I feel it.
So,
However,
my father-in-law said, there is no woman who should raise another woman's kids. It can't be. We can't do that.
yeah.
He fought until I had to shift my emotions and put myself in his shoes. Or what is it that he wants exactly? Because he can't want this so much, meaning he knows what might be happening that side that I don't know.
That you don't know.
You understand? Then I finally agreed, or it's okay.
Sure.
We can live with the kids. But I could see when they come visit, they are happier that side. They are happier with us that side.
Yeah.
And when it's time to leave,
They are reluctant.
They be like, when are we coming back again? And I'm like, okay, meaning they enjoy the space.
Yes.
That's okay, they can come through. And there was no hesitation from their mother's side in terms of, no, I don't want, it's my, like, you understand? It was a smooth transition. No, it's fine. No, no, you can take the kids.
That is another side that it's not explored a lot. It's always the baby mama not wanting with her children to be parented by the stepmom. On your side, you were like, no, can these children stay with their mother and they can visit us? What was your main reason? Except, obviously, the holistic one is just, as baby people, we know the child belongs to the mom. Outside that, or when you broke that down, what were your fears, or what were you just not getting in the kids, your husband's children staying with you?
I think what old people used to say, or they were still saying at that time, the fact that you can't raise another woman's kids, chances are they might use meaty and stuff. Like, you understand those fear things that they plant into your head, and you'd be like, yo, they always say, Tela, you ask for those that passed through, you know, and maybe they know better. I don't know. I've never been in it. Maybe they're right. Or they will always side with their mother. Like, I made it about me. Then I forgot, Hore, my husband is involved and his kids are involved as well.
And I think, what is the point that I wanted to make when you were speaking? Okay, I wanted to ask you because I think if you'd be scared that the stepchildren will be coming with muti and witchcraft stuff into your house, I think for me, I would think them staying with me full time will limit that. Then them coming to visit me. That other weekend, maybe they come with muti. The other weekend, they come with a lightning. Weekend, you know, I think limiting that will be me saying, you know what, these children must stay with us full time.
No, but that's not always the case. Remember, when they live with you, they go visit their mother.
Oh.
Every school holiday, they must go visit their mother.
So it's the same.
It's the same. You like me living with my step kids.
Yeah.
I brought her closer to my life.
Yes.
Meaning she knows almost less about me and my husband.
And you guys' marriage.
And there were times where me and my husband, we normally go through our kids' phones because they are teens and we just want to know where
they are.
Then we find kids are being questioned. Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they going?
What are they eating?
What are they eating? All those kind of things. Then I realized that, okay, now that my stepkids are here, she's more closer.
Oh.
You understand?
You know, you don't see it that way until somebody like you comes and say, actually, this is like this because I'm living it, I can see.
But the power to change that, I told myself, or I promise, all of this thing that the old people are saying, chances are, yes, they might happen.
Yeah.
And chances are they might still not happen. How can I prevent it on my side? Is then to bring them closer, to bring my stepkids closer, to love them, to give them that love, understand?
Yeah.
Then I know they will fight for me even when I'm not there.
Oh.
Babanchi, they will say, no, there is one I'm studying. You can, like a mother's love, you can never change it. You can never, but I honestly believe that my stepkids loves me in a way that they they stand mobile her people who try to fight me, you understand?
Yeah.
No, not
our
my mother.
I love that.
Not with my mother.
I love that.
Because they found home, they found comfort.
Yeah.
That's it.
It goes back to the thing, love conquers all.
Definitely. Definitely. In that way, then that's how I had to conquer the other way around.
And how did you get yourself where you are open? How was the first day, first month of you staying with your stepchildren? How long has it been? What year was that?
Let's say 3 years back.
Sure.
It wasn't easy. Because remember, when they come through, they come with a certain mentality, a certain attitude, which we have to work on it.
Ish.
And I have my kids who knows things must be done this way. And the chances are, because my kids knows, meaning most of the time I'll be shouting my stepkids. And maybe to the father that might be looking as if I don't like your kids.
Yeah.
And especially because we had disagreement in terms of them coming early. You understand? That's one of the challenges that I faced.
Yeah.
Having to shift them from their day-to-day patterns.
Yeah.
It was a challenge. But they finally got it. And my husband got it, that it's sort of a place of love.
Yeah.
Sort of love.
I think that's you see, blending a family or having stepchildren, even though they're visiting or whatever, it's difficult. It's difficult because I would discipline. For example, my husband's first is she's one that I've helped I was there in her life, right? Like you would discipline her, you would discipline her, and then it will look a certain way, And for me, I did not even have children, It's like, no, you can't do that, And it's just difficult. And for you, it's you being a mother. And now that I'm a mother, my husband sees that, this is the same woman that was shouting at my daughter then is shouting at her own children.
Yeah.
I'm just that person, that don't jump on the couches, don't do this. But then it felt like you don't love her. Even you're not a mother.
Yeah.
What do you know about parenting? So how did you now navigate that? Like navigate your husband seeing you discipline his children? And obviously, you had already set your family. Your kids know we don't jump on the couches. We don't do this. We don't just eat any day or whatever. Now, how did you go around disciplining the children? Because now these are the new people in the house. Now you have to show them the rules of your household.
I had to sit down with my husband. Hence, I'm saying, in a blended family, you need a strong bond between you and your partner.
Yeah.
You need a strong communication between you and your partner. I had to sit with him down and say, as much as you allowed me to mother our kids, the ones that we have, the same way that I'm doing, you were comfortable, allow me to do the same with your kids so that they feel loved. Remember also, Bana, they become very worried when they do something messy. They know that we did something wrong and mommy's coming back from work. She's going to be crazy. Then I get back, I'm not crazy. They're not feeling the love. That's one thing that we have to be sure of.
Okay.
So they know, I've jumped on the couch and mommy doesn't like that. She's going to look into the camera. And if she sees me doing that, I'm not going to be in a good space. Then you must do what they know. They know.
Yeah.
If you stop doing that or you're doing it to the other kids, they're not receiving the love the right way. They feel excluded.
Yeah.
So when you do what you do to the rest of the kids, then they feel they feel they belong. That's how it works. Then he had to look at it that way, that, you know what, I'm not here to harm them, but I'm here to mother all the kids equally. Not even equally, differently, because they are different.
Yeah.
They are unique.
Yeah.
They're not the same.
Yeah. Sure.
So allow me.
Would you say now you fully know your stepchildren? Where are you now?
Yeah, but now I'm at a point where they even know me. They will tell me, no, don't make it. They tell my biological kids also, Mama doesn't want it that way.
I love that.
Then you would walk in the room smiling and be like, I never thought we could get here.
Yeah.
I never thought one day this will be this that I'm hearing. I know my stepkids.
Yeah.
I love my stepkids. I love my biological kids. They blend in so well. In my house, no, it's not your mother. No, it's not your father. Mama, it's Papa. And one thing that my husband has improved on is that I heard him the other day, I'm going to telling his kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell Mama that you did this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, then we're waking. There's progress.
I love that.
Then there's no one who will run to Papa and say, Papa, Mama didn't give me enough food. Because those are the little things that destroys beautiful love out there.
And kids are manipulative. If they see a crack between you guys, they will use that crack. I mean, even between me and my husband that are raising both our children,
they use it. If they would know, okay, we're not allowed to eat ice cream after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Then Mommy can allow it. Papa is not. Then we messing up things. It's a teamwork. Papa is here or is not here. Things are done accordingly.
Hey, kids. And imagine in a blended family now, they will use it worse.
So it all, hence I always post this on my Instagram page that blended family relies on a marriage.
Ooh.
If the marriage is not in a good space, don't blend, because the kids will have traumas that they will have to heal from. Do not even try to blend. Make sure that when you go to blend,
please speak to them in the camera and speak into the mic, because that's powerful. Speak to them.
When you go to blend, when you're about to blend, just make sure that your marriage, it's on a right space. It's your communication.
Speak inside the mic.
It's your communication. It's your financial situation. Make sure the bond is strong, and kids knows that there's a teamwork between our parents. There's a teamwork between my mother and my stepmother, my stepfather and my mother. Doesn't matter. There's a bond. Then trust me, they will flow nicely with it, because that's when you're saying if they see there's cracks, they take advantage of those. Yeah, if your child comes running to you, Mama, Papa gave me small meat and the other kids big meat.
Yeah. Ooh, there's that
and
as
that's
well.
when we need emotional intelligence when it comes to it. You need to be emotionally intelligent in a way that when my husband says to me, you see what your child is doing now. You see, he's referring to my daughter, the one that I came with.
Yes.
You see what your daughter is doing. Then if you're not emotionally intelligent at that time, you will receive it or when it's your daughter. And he's saying that because it's not his daughter. It's the little things. The little things that a lot of people will even come on my DMs that shows the marriage is not fine. It's not the blended family. It's the marriage that's not fine. And your emotional intelligence at that time. Because me standing out there as a stepmom, advocating how I do it in my blended family, it's also because I know my space, and also I value my mental health. In the midst of me being a stepmom, I'm not willing to lose myself. I'm the first one to love, and my marriage comes. My husband comes before my kids. I honestly don't care what they say. Like I post and
you received backlash.
I received backlash, and that's my truth. And I still say, as much as Barry get married, then make kids after. It's a sign that God says marriage comes first before the kids. Even if blended families are not in the Bible, it's the same sequence that I take. My marriage comes first. My husband, it's most important. My kids comes after. Then if it's in life threatening to my children, then we're speaking about a different thing. But I prioritize myself, my marriage in a blended family. Both me and my husband, we work on that. Like he will even come screaming at his own children saying, hey, my wife is tired. Then that's when we're saying we prioritize marriage.
And what you say is powerful, even outside blended families, even inside me being with my husband and our children, that our children, you put it so well that blended families rely on the marriage. Also, my children, sanity and well-being rely
on the marriage.
Sure. That's so powerful. And when you said that blended families needs maturity, right? And it goes back to the marriage itself, because if your husband will say to the kids that you came with in the marriage that your daughter is doing 1, 2, 3, you are able to, you must be able to pick up that, no, he's just saying my daughter, not because it's my... But then it goes back to the fact that you need to be right within your marriage, knowing that my husband means well. His intentions are pure.
Hence I'm saying it's all in marriage.
And
I'm saying, a lot of people that comes into my DM, it's because the marriage is not in good space. And we're not willing to work on it first.
Yeah.
Working on it, it's seeking those professional helps. Working on it, it's prioritizing it and not feeling bad, because society will make you feel bad when you're saying, my husband, my marriage comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah. They, as much as they attacked me, I know a lot of people are being attacked. And people, you don't love your kids.
Yeah.
What do you mean I don't love my kids? Being in a marriage and not showing them the right love in marriage. You know, when I say this, there's moments, we're such a playful family. There's moments when we play in the kitchen, we're just doing some jokes in the kitchen, just the two of us. We'll have a side look on our kids, how they're staring and smiling at us. You know, you see they love what they're seeing, and now they're seeing the right love. I once posted a video where there's times more us as black people, I don't know, but I don't follow white.
Yeah.
As much as we are black people, we believe I'm in a marriage because of my kids, or I'm in a relationship because of my kids. Forgetting you're not giving them the right thing, you're even destroying them. And those kids are waiting for the right age to tell you, why did you do it for me?
Like I was watching you,
I was
miserable.
watching you were miserable. Then now you're shouting and you say, I lived all my life for you. I'm not living my life for my kids.
Oh.
Hence it was kind of easy to blend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm living my life. I deserve to be loved as a stepmom.
Yeah.
I deserved beautiful marriage. I deserve respectful husband, you know. And my kids will learn through me from Dilotia.
You seem like a mother, obviously, because you were raised by your mother. Like I gave you an example with myself that I am. Mpumile Dwaba actually shared this when she shared 30 lessons she's learned before she turned 30.
Yeah.
She just turned 30, and she spoke about how, I'm just paraphrasing her, that she loves her children but does not always want to be with her children.
Yeah.
You understand? That's me. And now I'm vocal about it. I won't even be sugar coating it, or people know I can't live without my nanny, you know? And that's where now, blending my family, it goes back to what you're saying. My marriage needs to be in a right standing, meaning that my husband needs to understand the kind of mother I am to my own children.
Yes.
That I know my wife, she's not a mother. She can't live without the nanny, meaning that I'm okay with if he would one day come with his children, but don't expect me to be a super mom out of the blue.
Definitely.
Don't expect me to be jumping with the kids and doing all those things. You know that's not,
That's not who you are.
That's not who I am. And guys, that's you just nailed it, and I keep repeating it, maybe because I'm feeling it how you are saying it, and I hope everyone else is feeling it, that you and your partner need to be okay first. You need to know each other.
Yeah.
My husband knows me not being with my kids and me saying that, guys, I want mommy time.
Yeah.
Don't follow me in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I lock the door. Like I literally lock the door, and they will be hitting the door. I'll be like, go to your dad, go to auntie.
I also have that moment. There's a time Molohoreng, I demand they go.
Yeah.
Like, go visit your mother,
Like,
go
go.
visit your father.
Yes.
I take these ones that we have, I take them to my mother.
Yeah.
Because it's two different things, right? When this ones goes to the other parents, goes to the father, to the mother, my ones and my husband, we take them to my mother.
Oh, so there is the father of your two that you came with.
Yeah.
There is the two that your husband came with. They go to their mother. And when another two that you came with the marriage go to their dad. And then there's the two of the marriage.
We take them to my mother.
Wow.
And that's reality.
Wow.
That's one thing I can't hide it away from my kids. That's who they are. That's their identity. They'll even ask their stepbrothers and sisters, when are you going to your mother? Okay, I'm going to my father next week. We're all going. Yes, I need a break. I'll be telling them, I need a break. Jemut Khan. It's not out of a place of hatred or anything.
No.
It's because I want my me time also.
Yes.
It's very important in blended family. We have stepmothers that are losing themselves.
Yes.
Trying to please the in-laws, trying to please their husbands, trying to please even the baby mamas, that I can take care of your kids much better. Don't worry. You don't have to do all that. You just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
Be yourself. have your me time because that's a restoring and resetting moment. You're coming back into the game much better.
Filling your cup.
That's it.
Because you are just giving.
You're giving. It's not easy.
It's not easy. Like you saying it, like now I'm like,
It's not.
This is not a playing thing.
It's not. I might make it look easy.
No,
on
you
the
do
grams,
make it look
but
easy.
it's not. It takes a lot of emotional weight. It takes courage. But it takes acceptance as well.
It takes acceptance. And one thing that I know that sets me free and that makes whatever that everyone is saying not even hit me hard is because I've accepted my situation and my reality and my truth.
Yeah.
I will tell you about my truth, and if you want to continue using it against me, you are just fooling yourself, because it is me who came out to tell you that, to tell them that you are a stepmom.
Yeah.
I'm blending my family.
Yeah.
I'm trying. These are my insecurities.
Yes.
These are my struggles.
Yeah.
Now you come and use it against me. Are you not wasting your time?
It is. I once had sort of a podcast.
Yeah.
The Somizi and Coco Dineo
Yeah.
from Moja Love. Somizi asked me, what will happen if you separate with
Yes.
your
Husband.
Your husband. Will you blend again? I'll blend again.
That's me.
I will definitely blend again. I am not doing it for my children.
Yeah.
The thing is, we must understand. I think most parents, we are touching our life to life of our kids. I'm not doing it for my kids.
Yeah.
The only thing that I want my kids to witness is the right love.
Yeah.
And to have the power and courage to move on if there's no love on the table.
I love that.
That's all that I want them to see. There's nothing wrong having kids and you find out that guy is no longer the right guy for you in marriage.
Yeah.
We go.
We go. We
on.
move.
Mommy is a living witness of it. We'll blend again. They will change the name. Kaspedi, when you get married.
Yeah. We rapalena man.
Yes. I
So
don't know how to put that
in English.
Cow raman. Yes. Right there.
So
Yes.
it means that in Pedi culture, when you get married, your kids go with you into your new marriage.
And they change the surname,
And
remember?
they change the surname as well. So what if your husband, your boyfriend, the baby daddy, wanted to marry the kids? How does that play in? Because I don't fully know in Pedi. If your ex-boyfriend married the kids, then
With that one, I don't know. But in my case, is that Akiri, we were never married.
Yeah.
So my kids used my mother's surname, meaning my surname.
Yeah.
Right? And when I get married, they will change the surname to whoever marries me. And if I divorce again, they will go on like that.
That's what I wanted to ask then. Now if you, God forbid, break up with your husband now, the kids, they are Letsoalo. Are they going to now become Potrite when you get married again?
That's my culture from how I understand it.
Okay.
Limpopo Ramashashan.
Yes.
Yes. Unless the father comes and marry. But growing up,
Yeah.
there was never a point where a man is coming to marry the kids.
Yeah, no, in the Pedi culture, there's no that. In
I've
the
never
Zulus,
had
it's that.
I've never had
Yeah.
it. So all my life, I've known that kids carries their mother's surname. That's it. And if I am changing my surname, meaning they are also changing.
Okay. So now, how is your relationship now with your baby daddy? Do you guys speak about the children? How often
co-parent.
do you speak?
We co-parent perfectly. We respect each other. We respect each other's spaces. We are both married. He's married. I'm married.
I love that.
That guy co-parents properly, guys. I don't want. I'm fungungasho.
Yes.
I want to say it loud and
yes.
clear that he co-parent. He listens. He communicates.
Wow.
He asks. He's not a guy that says, I want kids this weekend. No. Do you have any plans with the kids? No, we don't. Okay, can I have them for this and this and this and this? No problem. And there was a time, you know how kids can be naughty?
Yeah.
There was a time he took the kids, then they went to where they're living, and the stepmother was not there. My daughter, she's quite big, she called me, Mama, we are hungry. Like the first part,
Yes.
Mama, we are hungry and there's no food. And I'm like, hey, do you want me to come there and cook? You must call your mother in that house.
Oh, wow.
Since that day, things ran smoothly.
You see
Then
kids.
we also as baby mamas, we need to put our kids in their place so that they
Yes.
understand.
That's your
You're
home.
not going there. Come and tell you to our, because I cook at 6 o'clock, you'll eat dinner. See, if mama cooks at 10 p.m., you guys will eat at 10 p.m.
Or speak to your mother that she must change cooking times.
Yes.
Speak to her. It's
I
not
can
my
feel.
household.
Yes, that's not my household. Since that day,
Hey, you know, these kids, if you are not careful,
if you're not careful,
they will.
and we all have roles to play.
Yeah. Yes.
Baby mama, stepmother, we all have roles to play.
And then how now is your relationship with the father, the wife of your baby daddy?
It's a good relationship.
Do you guys have a relationship?
Okay, let me not say a good relationship. We don't fight.
Yeah.
If there's a need of communication, we do communicate. There's a time maybe if like I need to ask her something, I'll just call her and
Yeah.
I'm not getting hold of my daughter. Is she around? I wanted to speak to her then. There's lots of respect
Between you guys.
between us.
And then the other side, okay, let's start by how's the relationship between your husband and the baby mama?
It's not really okay. They don't communicate well. It's always loud and
Yeah. But then why are they fighting? Because she was okay with the kids thing. Like what are they now fighting about?
promise that one you won't understand. Hence I'm saying it needs 2 hours of the time.
Of the time.
Their communication level, it's not.
Okay.
It's
Maybe
not
it
okay.
also reflects on their marriage.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then how's the relationship? How is your obviously yours and the baby mama of your husband is non-existent.
Yeah.
And how's the relationship? How does your husband take the relationship between you and your baby daddy? Because sometimes men, they can be maybe jealous or whatever.
Of course. We don't talk frequent. Like my baby daddy is straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just straightforward. Do you have anything with the kids? Then I go speak to him. Did you have any plans this weekend? Then he says no. Okay, this is because Papa so and so says 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So financially, you also co-parent with your baby daddy.
Yebo. And the kids knows. I know if you hear them going to the stepfather, Papa, can I have 1, 2, 3? No, I don't have money right now. Okay, Mom, I'm going to try the other one. Papa, can I have one? That's the benefit
the
for
blessing.
them. And they must acknowledge that we have 4 parents that we can get assistance from.
Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
I don't want them to be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
They know if we can't get it, we go in there.
Yeah.
That's it. They have all support.
But then now, and I think we ran out of time, but we're wrapping up now. Production, we're wrapping up soon. Now I want to ask, now that you have taken your husband's children into your house, does the baby mamas pay maintenance? How does it go? Because I'm not sure when it's the other way, my husband must be taken to maintenance court because he forfeited whatever or he didn't pay in time. So now when it is the other way, I want to ask, how do we play it?
When it's the other way, I think we're not supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to fight it. You can't go to court for it. My husband doesn't even feel like going to court to go fight it.
Yes.
He's like, no, I'm fine.
I'll take care of my children.
I'll take care of my children. And that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Now we don't have a budget deadline financially
From the other
side. Unless when the kids went there, then she get them whatever that
she can
and send them back.
And those are the things that wives shouldn't talk about according to society.
Yeah, boo.
That now as a stepmom, I'm staying with my children. Even the husband, even if you're not staying with your children, the whole maintenance situation is not always 50-50. The husbands always take out more.
Yeah.
And we are not supposed to speak about it because it's going to be like, you're deadbeat.
Yes.
But let's sit down and unpack. I always say, if anything, come, sit down at the podcast and unpack.
Yes.
And unpack as a baby mama, as the ex-wife, whatever. Sit down and unpack and let people answer.
Yes. Yebo, 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 yebo. So there's no financial support. We never took her to maintenance court.
Yeah.
Because my husband wouldn't want that.
Wouldn't
I
want
never
that.
spoke about it. I've never asked him about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, I'm fine. I don't need her money. It's okay.
These are my kids.
These are my kids.
But anyway, sure, if he can, I always say, if he's capable, if he's able, and he's not just scraping the floor just because, then let him do it, you know. But obviously, we are struggling. It's not like we would really do with assistance now and then.
Yeah.
So we obviously don't have time. I think we spend more time on speaking about the mother in Blue Hills. But anyway, I saw that you're speaking about mental health, how I saw that you're an active mom and you stay active for your mental health. Yeah. How important is it for step parenting, for step parents who are staying with their kids, blending them, even visiting? How is it important for them? How is mental health important?
Stepmoms, mental health is like your engine. Without it being in a good space, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You will bust, you will do all those sorts of things that describe you as evil stepmom because you're not in a good space. Whatever that you think will better your mental health, do it. If you like the spa massage, if you like going out to whatever that pours into your mental health, put it first. Be it with or without money, don't compromise. Rather, they eat bread and butter throughout the week, then you go pour yourself so that your stepchildren wouldn't have to heal from the traumas you caused unaware.
Oh, that's powerful. Yeah. And I saw also, because now we're wrapping up. I saw a lot of things on your page, by the way. So I'm like, this woman, this is a superwoman, guys. You know what? I have to have her and sit down and pick her brain because, wow, if I would be in your situation, like I said, I'm not a mom. My husband knows if we would get to where you are, he'll have to get another nanny.
Yeah.
You have to have, yes, definitely. No, he knows already. I'm struggling with these two kids. He knows I'm at the edge of breaking when auntie's going off.
Yeah.
You know, I cannot have holidays. I have holiday nanny when auntie goes for holidays. There's a holiday nanny. That's just my life, and I'm so glad that he's seeing it. That if one day in the future would blend our family. He has to get another nanny. If it's both kids, he has to get 2 more nannies. Yeah. And then I'll be the happiest. I'll love my kids. I'll love on our kids and life will continue. How does the morning, in wrapping up, how does your day look like from waking up? What time do you wake up? What do you do? What do you do? I saw your husband and he's hands-on, by the way, making patties, making scafftin, and they were there by the counter. I was like, how much grocery does this fool buy? Tell me about your day. Run me through your day.
I wake up very early. And if my husband is there, normally he do early shifts as well. Yeah. But when he's around, we both wake up early. Both go for a run.
What time is early?
I'll say 4 a.m. We do 5-kilometer run. Then when we come back, he will tackle some of the things. Then I do a few of my squats. Then we wrapping up. Then we're running through the house now. Yeah. Doing lunch boxes, they bathing, we changing, like all this beautiful, nice things. Yeah. We do in the morning that gives us energy to run the day. Yeah.
I love that.
But it's a teamwork. It's all a teamwork. And I can say to you now that as a step mom or step parent, don't try to do it alone. You can't alone. I'm succeeding. I'm happy in it because I have a support. Yeah. And mainly from my husband. Yeah.
How old is in the 6, how old is the eldest?
14.
The youngest?
3 years. 2 years, some couple of months.
Is that yours? Like it's you and mine, your husband? Yeah. And then how old is your husband's and baby mama's youngest? How old?
12 years.
Oh.
So it's 14, 13, 12. It's like 1 year gap in between.
Sure.
It's a year in between. And when we met, they were about 4 years. They were very young.
Oh, wow. When did you guys meet? 2014.
Yeah, 2014. 2013, 14, something like that.
When you started knowing the kids. Yeah. Sure. And now they're like 14, like you really, really, really worked very hard for this family. Any parting message to, I won't even say the stepmom. I think you've told the stepmom, you have equipped them where you could, to the baby mamas, to the ex-wives.
Okay.
Any message to them from a mother that is a stepmom blending her family?
Okay. My first message is that to all the mothers, basically, that motherhood is your journey with your children. There's no formula of being a good mother. There's no formula of being a good stepmom. Do it your way, how you can, but just always be mindful to learn, of course. To baby mamas and to ex-partners, we all have input in the child's growth. There is no better position than the other. We all have our own position. We're not there to take anyone's basis.
Yeah.
We are there to co-work to better the child. And let's be mindful of our actions that will cause traumas. I always stand on the traumas because I know kids can't speak right now, but they'll have to heal from the fact that they never spoke, they never had the power. So don't allow your child to go through that journey because you separated with your partner. No, let's co-parent. Let's have a peaceful teamwork for the betterment of the child.
I love that. This is Mma Letsoalo, guys. I'm going to leave her details on the screen as well. Follow her work on her journey or her life on Instagram and also on TikTok. I always give people that I sit here with like a task, and I remember the lady who has an autistic child. I told her, you've got a lot of work to do in the community, and I brought you on my platform so that you can be known because there are other women like you. You're going to do events. She was like, yeah, I'm thinking of that. I was like, you're going to do the event. I'm setting you here on camera that you need to do the event for the autistic moms and parents and guardians. And then think about starting a podcast because there are other people that would like to sit down and just share. And I think it's in the pipelines. I'm also giving you a task. There are a lot of people that are blending their families. People in your DMs, you talk to them every single day. Find a platform, start a support group for them. You are the instrument. You are the example. We do these things. I do the podcast to let people see that actually Mrs. Law, it's not all rosy. This happened to her, and then I know coming out with your truth and speaking or finding a support group, how it sets you free. Yeah. You must just own your truth and then run with it. So for you, I'm expecting a lot from you because I know even outside this podcast, people are going to follow you. Your DMs are going to be 100 times flooded. You have to do something about those people in your DMs.
Why do you want to make me cry?
I'm going to cry myself. You have to do something about those women, those men. Sit down, think. There are a lot of things that you can do for them. A lot of things that you can do for them. The fact that you came out, it's not easy to come out with your truth. Course. Like you always thinking that everywhere I go, they're going to say, you are blending, like you've got too many kids and all those. They use the very same things against you. So it's very, very courageous for somebody to come and say, guys, this is my truth. So you have already started. Those DMs, do something about those women in your DMs. They are looking up to you. And that's it from myself. Guys, I've given her a challenge, flood her DMs, tell her to do something about it because not everyone is courageous like she is. So I love you guys so much and thank you. Please take a moment again and subscribe to my channel. 80% of you guys that are watching my podcast each and every day, you have not subscribed. And I think some think it costs. It's for free. Please do subscribe because my numbers are not, my analytics, the number of subscribers I have do not match the people that are watching my podcast. It's love and light from me. I am Promise Makunyane, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye.